Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to read some very interesting news about Titanic. Remember that ship which sank into the ocean after hitting the iceberg? So there are some news about it. So would you visit the Titanic? First I would like to know if anyone interested to see that. So the news is, here we go. Journey to Titanic. Explorers are planning to visit the world's most famous shipwreck before it rots away. Oh, so it's going to rot away soon, so they're planning to explore it before it's totally gone. So, as you read, find three things that explorers have discovered on the Titanic. So, take a note, guys. Ever since she was a little girl, Renata Rojas has had one dream. She has wanted to visit the shipwreck of Titanic. Like millions of other, Rojas is fascinated by this disaster. On April 10th, 1912, the Titanic set sails from England on its first journey. It was the largest, fastest, and fanciest ship of its days. Most people thought it was unsinkable. 4 days later, the ship struck an iceberg. It sank to the bottom of the sea. More than 1,500 people died. That's really sad. Now, a company called Ocean Gate is planning expeditions to the wreck. Rojas will go as a tourist and help study what's left of the ship. I'm going to be a part of history, says Rojas. She's really excited. A Titanic discovery. The final resting place of the Titanic was a mystery for decades. But in 1985, an explorer named Robert Ballard found the wreck. About 200 explorers have visited it since then. Some of them have collected objects like tickets, menus, and clothing. These items have helped us learn more about the doomed trip. Are more Titanic treasures still under the waves? We have to find that out. Rotting away. There's not much time left to find out. Some experts say that what's left of the ship will be gone in 2 decades. For years, ocean currents and sea creatures have worn away at the Titanic, and pieces of the wreck have broken apart. Experts say that's probably from past explorers bumping into it with their vehicles. Another big threat is a type of bacteria that eats metal. These tiny creatures are gobbling up the ship's metal parts. Oh my god, that's terrible. Into the deep, Ocean Gate's main goal is to learn how fast the Titanic is falling apart. To get down to the ship, the team will climb into a tiny vehicle called submersible. They will go more than 12,000 feet down into the ocean. Rojas and the crew will take scans of the ship. Those pictures will be used to make a 3D map of the wreck. Expert will compare the pictures with older ones to see how quickly the ship is disappearing. Rojas says there's another big reason to visit the ship. We shouldn't forget about the disasters or the people who died. Rojas says visiting the Titanic helps us remember. The article is written by Tricia Cleggan. So, as you see from here, it's showing from ship to wreck. The Titanic was on its first voyage when disaster struck. Here's what experts believe happened to the doomed ship. So, April 14, 1912, around like 11:40 p.m., the Titanic slammed into an iceberg, tearing holes in the side of the ship. Soon, the boat began to flood and sink. Oh Lord. April 15, 1912, around like 2:19 a.m., crack. The weight of the water on board causes the ship to break in half. The bow or front plunges underwater first. The stern or back follows a few moments later, like you see here in the picture. It's horrible, it's terrible. April 15, 1912, around 2:21 a.m., The pieces float down to their final resting spots, more than 2 miles below the ocean surface. It's really sad. And as like you see, the ship took on more than 400 tons of water per minute after it hit the iceberg. This is illustration of sunken Titanic. There were only enough lifeboats for half of the passenger and crew on the Titanic. If you want to explore more, then you can go online, dive deeper into the Titanic story, and you will see more about it. What do you think? About 5,500 items have been removed from the Titanic. Some say that's wrong because they're part of graveside, but others argue the objects might soon disappear and they help us remember those who died. So there's the end for the journey to the Titanic news. Now another thing we are going to see is about the state law cross at your own risk. Each day, more than 40 kids in the US are hit by cars while walking. It's really sad. Every year, a shocking number of people are hit by cars. 2 classmates found an unusual way to make drivers slow down. Let's see how. The car sped straight towards Eric and his little brother. It was September 2016, and the boys were crossing the street outside Brooke Elementary School in Medford, Massachusetts. Fortunately, Eric's dad yanked them out of the car's path just in time. The 2 brothers were lucky. They had come close to joining the many people who are hit by cars each year. The scary moment inspired Eric, now 11, to make the street near his school safer. Killer cars, they call it. Each year, more than 100,000 pedestrians are hit by cars in the United States. That's really sad. We never knew about this before. 100,000 pedestrians are hit by cars in the United States. Interesting. Sadly, some of them do not survive. One study found that about 6,200 pedestrians were killed by cars last year. That's the highest number in 30 years. The faster cars going, the more deadly it can be. Eric knew that he could get cars to slow down, he might be able to save lives. He just needed a plan. A smart solution. About a year after his close call, Eric teamed up with a fellow student named Isa. They researched ways to make drivers slow down. The pair thought about using flashing light or speed bumps, but those choices were expensive. Then they found a simple and cheap solution, a 3D crosswalk. It's a crosswalk painted to look like big block rising from the flat road. It meant to grab drivers' attention so they slowed down. Speaking up, Eric and Isa shared their idea with the mayor and other city leaders. They gave presentation showing the 3D crosswalk have made drivers slow down in other countries. The leader approved the idea. The whole process took more than a year. It took more than a year. Last April, a 3D crosswalk was finally painted outside Brooks Elementary School. I had almost given up, explained Isa, now 10. But you can't give up or things won't happen. The city has since painted a 3D crosswalk at another school and plans to add the crosswalk at 2 others. I'm so excited that it's finally done, adds Eric, and that we made the road safer for people. The article is written by Jennifer Lee Schultz. So, I think it's a great idea. Eric and Isa's big idea. Most crosswalks have white stripe painted on the ground in a 3D crosswalk. The stripes are painted to look like 3-dimensional blocks. It's an optical illusion or something that tricks the eyes. Drivers slow down to avoid driving into the blocks. Eric and Isa's tips for taking action. Think like a detective. Our first idea for solving the problem didn't work, but we kept digging until we found the best solution. Spread the word. Once we settled on our idea, we shared it with lots of different people and convinced our city leader to support it. Don't give up. Change doesn't happen overnight. We have to wait more than a year for the crosswalk to be painted. But it was worth it because we made the street near our school safer. Alright, guys, let's go back to some other topic. Slime in Space, a drawing of the International Space Station. Slime in space? That sounds funny. What do astronauts on the International Space Station do for fun? Lately, they have been playing with a big batch of slime. The ISS is a laboratory that circles Earth. Astronauts live on it for months at a time. They do experiments to study space. In July, a spacecraft delivered 6 pouches of green slime to the ISS. Since then, the 6 astronauts on the board have been blowing slime bubbles, playing table tennis with slime, even spraying slime at each other. This has plenty of science involved, though the astronaut want to see what happened to slime in an environment with almost zero gravity. Interesting, you know? They're taking videos of the slime, time to share with kids back on Earth. Scientist Mark Wislogel planned the activities, hoping they will teach us about liquids in space. He says it's about time an astronaut goes slimed. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. Another topic is picture this: world's ugliest dog. Ooh, it does look weird. The contest's purpose is to remind people that all dogs need homes. Make a poster asking people to adopt pets from animal shelter. They do need a home, they do need our love. Congratulations to Scam. A mute in California, he recently beat out 18 other pups to win the 2019 World Ugliest Dog Contest. Vion Maroons adopted Scam for an animal shelter in 2014. Now she brings him to a senior citizen center to cheer people up. He also visits a school where kids practice reading aloud to him. No one seems to mind his wild looks. Since the win, morons have given Scamp a new nickname. His Scam's the champ, she says. Another topic debated. Should kids have to take a gym class? It's Monday afternoon and you are in the school gym doing sit-ups or playing second base in kickball. Sounds familiar? If so, you probably live in one of the 44 states that require elementary schools to teach physical education, or we call it PE, short form. Many people argue that PE helps kids stay fit, but others say there are better ways for kids to spend their time at school, like art and music class. Should a student have to take PE? Here's what two readers think. There's a girl from Connecticut, McKenna Testa. She said yes, kids should take gym in the school because it's offer time for exercise. Exercise is good for you and makes you stronger. Gym can help you burn off energy and calm down a little bit in your classroom. It can also help you learn about sports and how to play on teams with other kids. Other kid from Arizona, Owen Cottle, said no, gym should not be required. Kids who play sports like swimming and soccer already have activity in the day. Instead of PE, students could play games or bond with their teacher. Kids who want more activity could have options like joining a school walking club. So what do you think? Write an opinion below. Then cast a vote online at scholastic.com/sn3. And then you can post your opinion below. Alright guys, and I'm concluding. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. and post on the notification. Thank you for watching, and then wait for more interesting stuff coming soon. Have a great day.